Hey, yo, 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 Southern VT. All right, I want to go check out the trader. They just updated the trader today. It's May 26th, Tuesday. It's our update day here on the East Coast of USA. So let's see here. I've already bought my spots here last week. A lot of this stuff, like, I don't know, the outfit. I don't care for the poopy pants outfit. The emote. I don't know if I end up running with a bunch of extra. I'll toss it into something like that. Soda can, cool. Wolfpack Blueprint I already have. Then, gosh, still 500k. I'm thinking right now it's probably going for anywhere from, say, 2 to 400 seeds on Metaforge. Or you could probably trade out like another blueprint, even swap for it. So in reality, it's got like a 5k value. I've seen other trades where folks want, say, a Tempest, a level 4 Tempest, or a couple level 4 Tempest or something. So yeah, that's tough. That's really tough right there. Magnetic accelerators. I find so many of these that it's never really a problem, and if I do need some, then I just break down. Get a couple from like matriarch reactors and quick cores. Anvil splitter for 100k. I could see a lot of folks jumping on this. I could see that for sure. If you're unfortunate and happen to lose your anvil due to something silly, this is a quick way to get one back. I don't seem to find them as much. I seem to find that kinetic converters more than splitters right now. 10 mushrooms, cool, that's cool, 5k. But these are so easy to find and get now. Riven Tides with the dry riverbed. You could walk in there and probably get 5 or 10 every raid. Let alone, a lot of folks know Spaceport, using Spaceport. There's 2 or 3 down there in the trenches that usually hold at least 1, if not up to 3. And then I don't know how many Ritter tokens. I think it was 25 last week for the get. I don't know if this price has changed or not. I mean, it is a way to slowly gain Raider tokens without spending any cash. But geez, you'd have to save them up all year to maybe get something. So this year, I haven't done any of my slots yet, but I guess from what I'm hearing, it's 200k per slot. So that's a lot better. So it'll be $1 million total for 5 slots. I believe that's how it is. We're gonna find out. I don't have enough right now to even begin 33k. This year I want to do this because we can add guns here, which is good. They still didn't set it up so you can slowly add things in as you go to kind of open up some space in your inventory. But right now you can find enough kind of light ammo weapons or just level 1 weapons that you can just upgrade if you're out, constantly grinding and getting all these supplies. You can easily upgrade a bunch of these guns and take care of this without having to put in probably any cores and stuff, which we're going to try to do that here in just a second. Also, I believe you could... Let's go to our gunsmith. You could make like probably a couple stitchers or kettles because they don't take much. Metal and rubber parts. Metal and rubber. Things you can trade seeds for with Celeste, or you break down some of your parts. These, if you're out grinding, you can get stacks of these like nothing. So I would say just in a couple raids, you could probably get a splitter just by, say, let's try this here. Yeah, there. So first, I don't think we can because I don't have the supplies. Now, I can go here, but I'm gonna do something else. I already know we're gonna need a bunch, so we're just gonna go in here and break down some stuff. I keep it this direction. That way I click in sections. go by category. I don't necessarily like to do it in the other value, like rarity, name, or value, or unsorted. I just category. It's quick, easy. I know all the way down here is like my seeds and blueprints. These are extra blueprints I have. I usually trade out to folks, or I'll hustle them on Metaforge for seeds. I always try to keep myself like 1,000 to 2,000 seeds, because if I decided today that I just wanted to go in and just kill Ark all day long and do it for, say, 4 to 8 hours, I'll burn up a shitload of these seeds buying shit from Celeste to make it convenient. Buy some of the stuff to use, some of it you can break down to get other things you need.
It can take
Like right now I could
seeds
use them to build all these guns
just a
up and
split
probably
second
get that
for a problem to
splitter,
be decimated.
use a bunch of seeds to build these parts, buy the guns, either make them here, make them here in your workshop yourself, or we could go to the trader and you could just, if you got cash,
Into the right place.
you could just buy whatever guns and build a couple of them up. But here, let's do this now. It's where are we? And when we trade them in, whatever attachments you have on, I believe trade with them. We'll go like this, selected, yeah, because it's not breaking your items off, showing you your items, your attachments separate. So, got to be careful with that. Whatever guns you're going to hustle, make sure that you don't mind those attachments are going to go. So I'm going to click on my weapons here. This will bring me to my full weapon page. Some of the attachments and the way you see the guns set up right now isn't necessarily how I run them. Just, you know how it is as you're running through, you're quickly throwing attachments on this and that to make space or whatever. And these rascals, okay, these rascals, finding them everywhere. I've used up a few of them. A few of them I've already broken down for heavy gun parts to build up like my patina or some of my anvils. But you find these everywhere. And then, like for me, I run the anvil a lot. So I'm constantly running the anvil. Renegade is another weapon I like to run. Tempest here and there. It's a badass gun. It's not like 100% for me. Hull crackers, usually I have a row of hull crackers. And so then you need the heavy gun parts to build those up too. And then the patina, same deal. Usually a row of patina, row of Jupiters, row of patinas, row of hull crackers. A mix of, say, like some of these newer guns, the Kanto, the Tempest, you know. Oh, I always keep one Osprey. That's not how I run it. I don't run it with a kinetic instead of, it's just weapon mods thrown on. And then usually, you know, one of each. I try to keep one of every gun built out in case I want to do something silly or whatever. Go do whatnot. This is usually what I carry for a secondary. A lot of times I carry in a secondary weapon. If I pick up, say, like a Tempest, I'll keep it on me throughout the next raids after the fact, and I'll slowly build it up. And once I get it up to like a level 4, I'll just usually stash it in here and use it for selling or building up my stash for whatever, the expedition. You know, there's a lot of things you can do. Holds 3 attachments too, so it's good for just holding some of your attachments and getting your space opened up on your bags here. You know, it's nice having, I got 316. I missed the first expedition. I didn't buy the game. I started the game the day that the second expedition popped off is when I started. Let's see, so we're going through talking about the weapons. Yeah, all right, so I think that I find a ton of these out there in the wild. Sometimes they're broken like this. Sometimes they're around 50%. This one I just bought, this kettle, so it's at 100. If you're going to upgrade your weapons, upgrade them before you fix them. Upgrading them fixes part of your weapon. Like upgrading this Berletta here, it's already at 58 durability. By the time you upgrade it to level 4, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at 100%. At least with my buffs from doing the expeditions, I will be. Not 100% sure you will be. But this is what we're going to do. Okay, we're gonna get rid of these lower weapons that I don't really use. We're going to build this kettle up to a level 4. So I got to take attachments off that I want. I don't want any attachments. This one here, right over grip 2. Alright. put you back away. Alright, so we don't want that. We don't want that. We're going to build this up. Let's build this up to a level 4. What does it need? Metal parts and plastic. Alright, let's go get some metal parts here. So we can break down all kinds of stuff. You break these down to get some arc alloy. And break the arc alloy down, but I already know I have a ton of arc alloy here. I always keep this in stock. What are we going to get? Yeah, 64 pieces. That'll plenty. Plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Go back to the kettle here, and we're going to start upgrading it. Alright. Now we need simple gun parts. Metal parts. Okay. Mechanical components. Simple gun parts. Okay, easy enough. And there we go. We brought it to a level 4. This Berletta here. Let's bring this up. 3. Now we need some light gun parts. So let's see. Can we make those? If we can with our simple. Alright. Let's do some planning here. Add another level 1 gun. It's going to take 1. We've got 2 that we can use. Or we need to make some light gun parts. Alright. Now let's go make some light gun parts. Let's make 2. Or we run out of simple. I don't know if I have anything to break down and get simple. Because I don't care to break down guns I have in my stash for simple gun parts. I can find enough simple gun parts out in the wild or guns to break down out in the wild to get these simple gun parts. Alright, so we just made simple gun parts, so we build up these Berlettas. Upgraded. So we will bring that to a level 4 now. Bring this one to a level 4 now. Just to get rid of them. Whoops. What does it need? Hold on. Oh, mechanical components. Okay, we're short. I have to make some more of those. Berletta 3. Alright, now let's look here. We don't want to give away all of our Berlettas. How are we going to determine? I don't know if, can we look at the durability? Go to get rid of them. Yes, we can. Okay, so we'll determine them by the durability. So we got 2 at 130, and we got 1 at 128, and 106. Alright. The 130 is going by. 130 is going by. 106 is going by. 128 is staying with us. Okay. We're going to get rid of these stitchers. We'll get rid of the kettle. Do I have any attachments right now? Throw on. Alright, we'll get rid of the kettle. Stack in some rascals. Because those, I just find so many of them. We'll keep 1 or 2 of them. And we'll see how far that gets us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 guns we can get rid of. Throw that in there too. It's only worth a couple thousand, so it's not really worth very much. Alright, so the one we need to keep is going to be the Berletta with 128 durability. The other thing you could do would be strip off everything, just in case you give away the wrong one. But you're able to look at the durability, so you'd want to get rid of whichever ones you want there. Let's see. Let's start clicking here. We know the stitcher's going, the stitcher's going, the kettle's going. But that ain't very much, 5K. So these at 10K. Okay, 128 is the one we want to keep. Berletta with 128. Where are you? It's 106. Okay, Berletta with 128 right there. Okay, where are we? 42K. Alright, we're at 42K. Let's start hitting these rascals. Let's get rid of. Doesn't really matter. These were 17K. Ooh. So we're like, okay, 9,500 away. Okay. That was quick and easy. So we just need 9,500. Of course would be like 500 out. Goodness. Don't remember what's on this for attachments. I'm gonna have to go check the attachments right quick. Ah, it's so close, so close, so close. Let's see here. Can we gain the value by that? We can. There we go, there we go, there we go. This had more durability, so it was worth a little bit more. Okay. So that made up our difference there. Granted, we're over 2,500. I don't think any of these. Those are all worth 3,000 a piece, so you could split that down. But still, they're worth $3,000 a piece. I think that's a fair trade right there. Bunch of guns I don't use. They're secondary weapons, used for killing a rat. Quick and easy guns to make. I still have, you know, a couple things kicking for secondaries, so I'm fine with giving those up. These here, I found them while I was gooping, and built them all with parts and stuff that I brought back, so it is what it is. To have an extra splitter, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. That's fair. Sure, let's do the trade. All right, so that opened up a bunch of space, gave us a splitter. So in all reality here, I would like to see some timers. That would be nice. I mean, it says 6 days, but some sort of timers letting you know wouldn't be bad. Being able to slowly add to these. Because I mean, like 500K, that's a lot. That's a real lot. You're dedicating yourself big time at that point to this. This here for a couple 100K, we're gonna open up some spots here for sure. Open up all 5, and then each week these change each week. So in 6 days, we're gonna have new items here. So items I don't have, I'll probably end up chasing with my extras. You know, the backpack charm. Won't let you see it. Wish you could click on them too and be able to see. You know, right now you'd have to back out, go into customization, and go check this stuff out into the lock sections. But all right, there we go. There's the new trader. We got the splitter off him. We've gotten our spots off of them. Let's see. Oh, I saw an angle one. That needs to be built up. Have parts and pieces now. This is right now. It's fine. But I do like to do this as well. Oops. No. That's not what I want. I always like to check here and make sure there's nothing I can go ahead and just advance up. So this was, oh yeah, this was the last Tempest I found in raid. I was carrying it with me. Advance. Make advance. We need mechanical, which we can make mechanical. Make our advance. Tempest 1 there. There's max durability. Doesn't have a bad setup on it. Cool. Alright, well, there we go. That's that. Yeah, this is where I'm at so far since the expedition. I'm back to 75. I got to do some adjusting on my tree. Now that I'm back, I like to have this open when I'm first building back. And I've got some of these points just in some screwy areas. Right now, the devs have talked about making changes to the tree and making adjustments and making some of the things actually do something or be meaningful. So, granted, a lot of the talk you hear about the trees is from everybody putting points in sections months and months ago. So it's always good to check out some of these spots and see what's going on. Like I said, some of these points just had to be put in, so you could get enough to open, you know, like security breach or suffer in silence. Or not open, suffer in silence. So this one here is better. Good as new. But now that I'm built back, I'm going to be rebuilding my tree. I usually have in the range of 40 points set up in mobility. Now, I know a lot of folks say, well, you slide faster and further. You do places. I see the difference. I definitely 100% see the difference. And same with being able to sprint dodge roll further. I notice the difference. Other people, I guess, maybe don't. Maybe the difference from not having any points in here at all, and just sometimes I just open it and I notice a difference. Like, you don't really need this, your timing to perform the recovery roll. But I notice with 1 point in it, it does make it tremendously easier. I've put all 5 points in it, and it wasn't like I could do it magically, like, so early that, like, it was worth the extra points. Just putting 1 point and opening it, I notice I get enough benefit out of it. You know, like putting a point in here, this is silly, but you needed a certain amount of points in everything to be able to, you know, get in here and carry momentum, get that open up in your common stroll. But calming stroll, a lot of folks don't realize walking is when, like, I'm on M and K, so for me it's V. When you're on V, which is like really slow walking, when you're no noise walking, like if you're trying to not crawl, like creep on somebody and make no noise crawling, it's the walking where you're making like very, very little noise. Like I said, on M and K, it's for me it's V. But yeah, that's when this skill comes in effect. And how often are you really doing that? You know, so really we're pushing to open to get up into here. You know, the crawl before you walk is so crucial now that they've taken away spam crawl from us. That's so crazy that they did it 6-8 months after game launch. You know, they gave it to us for a good 6 months and then take it away. I feel they should have just left it in the game at that point. But we are figuring things out. I notice a lot more players now are just fighting at the exits, setting up at exit points and fighting. Bring a key in, setting up at a key hatch, and just fighting there, making sure you have enough short enough distance where you get downed, you're gonna be able to crawl, because you can't crawl now, like hardly any distance. And if you have to call in the elevator, yeah, you're in trouble. You're really in trouble if you didn't go down really close to it. Having some of these up here at the top, like vaults on vaults, oh my gosh, and Vault Spring is handy for sure. But yeah, that's my skill tree for right now. Loaded arms, the shielded things, obviously, you know, the weight stuff, crucial. In-round crafting is so underrated. And I do open it up for Traveling Tinkerer to get the hatch key. There has been a couple times where I've been able to make a hatch key to save my ass. And when you've got a certain loadout, and we all know, like, if you had lost a really good loadout setup, it's not like you can just jump in one game and go get it all back. Granted, yeah, you could go PvP and maybe get it all back from killing a bunch of players and be able to get a ton of it, but going and grinding it and building your kit back takes a little bit of time. Now, our stash spot is nice because we can have secondaries and extras and everything stashed away in our stash spot, so if we do lose, you know, we can just jump right back in, kitted right back out like we were, you know, 5 minutes ago. But in reality, if you gotta build that kit, it takes a good amount of time. So, like, having the ability to make a hatch key if you forgot to bring one in, or yeah, I've done this too. I've accidentally swapped it out in a locker before, and I go to run to the friggin' keyed hatch, and like I got no key, and I'm like, what the hell? You know, and there's like 2 minutes left on the clock. There ain't no time you know, to go run back and try to find it and everything. Thank God, you know, I had this active here and I was able to make a key and just hatch myself out. But so this will be getting reset here. Security breach will be going away. It's all the same stuff in the security breaches. It's not bad stuff. It helps you build, but I never find any killer guns. If you need to build yourself a bunch of ammo, build up a bunch of ammo and a bunch of parts and things, it's great to do some runs and just hit the hatches. But it's an awful lot of points to get all the way up into here to get that opened up for that are unnecessary. That could be, I feel, immobility instead. I do a lot of the Queen Matriarch, helping out sometimes, doing medic stuff. Having this for me helps me out big time. I like to have all 5 in here. I notice a huge difference. It helps me being able to hear and talk. I'm half deaf as it is, and as we all know, the in-game sounds, the explosions, the gunfire, everything is so loud and can be so overwhelming when you're in those big fights. You can't even hear the guy that's next to you talking. Even doing some adjustments on the mics and, you know, your volumes and everything, it's still, but can be tough. I found having this setup in here can help. But all right, there's a little bit of gabbing from me, a little bit of my my BS. My stash at the moment, what is it, just under 2 mil. Lost a good kit last night, so I was right around the 2 mil mark. I got a few things here I gotta go clean up. Oh, it did remove the attachments when I sold the gun. Look at that, I didn't sell them with it, huh? That's interesting. It removed the attachments. Interesting. So, I can't check it now. I wonder the price it gives you. Is it giving you the price with attachments, or is it giving you the price without attachments at that point? I should have checked on that. Interesting. But yeah, my stash so far. Not many keys. I've been running my keys out, trying to keep them down. But need to get some of the damn surveillance keys, because the trial run this week is weapon cases, and I have a sneaking feeling damn Battlegrounds is gonna the map, the high posting map this week. I still gotta find Survivor. Still gotta get Survivor. I don't trade for my own blueprints. Like, I want Survivor. I could trade a ton of seeds, a bunch of gear, other blueprints, and get Survivor off Metaforge. But for me, I don't. I go and chase down all my own, and my extras I hustle off to people so I can get seeds. And my seeds go to, like I said earlier, or Celeste, to buy her out
Did you forget
all
something?
the time, like Springs. Like every day. Every day I buy her out. Every day. Every day we buy her out. Every day. Daily chores. Every day. And it's usually this. Usually batteries. Sometimes Mullen. Sometimes gun parts. Since the fuel at times. Lure grenades here. Speaker components. To get yourself going. Takes a little bit to find yourself a couple routes where you can keep replenishing your lure grenades, so this helps out big time here. That's about it. I don't really buy Seekers from at the beginning. I will before I get the blueprints. Like, I don't have Barricade blueprints, so I'll buy some of these off him each day. I already have some in my stash right now, so I won't go and spend all my loot on them. I'll wait till I use some of them up, but barricades are so useful, as we all know. Same with Seekers. You know, you can get 6 a day from him, which doesn't last long, but they can get you out of a pinch. I usually don't mess with Lance much. Sometimes I'll buy these off him each day. That way I can build up, because these are pretty much probably the best.
Of course, I'm your go-to
I think
guy
they're
for all
actually
medical
considered
needs.
the best. I don't know,
Waiters adore
stat-wise on
range,
paper,
don't
they
they?
might be the best. But using this with a little bit of from your Vita spray,
Hey, what is
quick,
it?
fast, and easy, right? Right. I don't do anything here. Hall cracker when I don't have the BP,
If I wanted window shopping,
and
I'd have
I
windows installed.
don't believe I have the BP. But we'll get back to that in a second. Here,
Still
I'll
here,
spend
still working.
money on
What's
buying
up?
Raider hatch keys, quick and easy.
You know
Sometimes
how
I'll
to
buy
use that,
bandages
right?
or shields just to burn up the points because these build up so fast. I'll have this
They're just
back
waiting
to
their ways
800 today or
up to get to
tomorrow.
us. Forgot
Pretty much
something?
every day, end up having to spend it. So let's see. I don't think I have. No, I don't. This is what I have for guns so far. I found this the very first day of the reset. Hurricane caches on damn battlegrounds. Yeah, got the Kanto. I don't really use it. Just burns a lot of ammo. It's got to be great for close up, PvP and stuff. Just PvE. It's, meh. It's fun. It can be a little bit of fun, but I don't know, the Renegade, I guess, is kind of the way to go. It's one of the baddest guns at the moment. There you are. Not the Pharaoh, the Renegade. But yeah, but Tina, Big Tina, she's you know, still she's hungry. She likes to eat, but yeah, what a fun gun. This has got to be one of the funnest guns right now on the game for sure. And then you got, you know, obviously badass Jupiter. I wish they'd fix this. Wish they'd do something to it. Do something to it. It's supposed to be a sick gun. It's supposed to be nasty. It's supposed to be gnarly. Do something to it. It's not even worth using, let alone you can put attachments on it too to make it even more sick, and it just But who knows? Yeah, this is what I've gotten so far. There's quite a few BPs I need to get for sure. Do some running on a few of the other maps and chase down some of the BPs that are kind of more map specific or map condition specific. All right, there we go. Scrappy, keep him fed. Keep him fed. Keep him well fed. Yeah, he'll be happy. All right, Southern VT. That's what's going on. Little bit Arc Raiders. All right, peace out. Much love.